This is R.K Padhmashini from Assistant Professor working in the Department of Triple Art University. Today I am here to discuss the topic on renewable energy for marine applications. So what is renewable energy? Why we are moving on to renewable energy? Means because of the depletion of fossil fuel, we have to think of the alternative sources of energy, because starting from the conventional period, we are using the electrical energy for each and every application. So for home application, industrial needs, we are using the electrical energy. So there is a very much demand for the electrical energy. How that demand can be matched with the supply. So we know that there is a depletion of fossil fuels. So definitely we are moving on to the renewable energy. The renewable energy is abundant in nature. So what do you mean by renewable energy? Is the energy which is obtained from the nature or from the environment. So basically for the renewable energy, we are having the sources. The first thing will be the sun. We know that the energy is abundantly available from the sun. We have to retrieve the energy from the sun. The second thing will be the wind energy. So wind energy also abundantly available. But the thing is, for the duration is very short. So what is the thing is, in the daytime we can get the solar energy, in the night time we can get the excess of wind energy. Similarly, we are having the biomass, then the tidal energy, like that. The so many kind of renewable energy are available. So we have to retrieve the useful energy from that abundantly available sources. Here I am going to explain the solar energy as well as the wind energy. So solar energy, we know that from the sun we are getting the heat and the light. So how that heat and light can be converted to useful electrical energy? For that only we need the help of the semiconductor devices, that is the solar cell. So where the energy can be, the light retrieved from the sun can be converted to useful electrical energy, and that too it is DC. So the solar energy is available in the sun in the form of radiation and temperature. So how we can convert that irradiation and temperature into the useful electrical energy? For that only we are using the solar cell. So what is the problem here in the solar energy is, the solar energy we are using the solar cell that can be combined in terms of series and parallel cells. So that whatever the required amount of power we can take from that solar cell. Amount of energy produced from the solar is it will be producing in terms of 0.2 volt from each and every solar cell. So but in the industrial or in the home appliances, if we take, it should be converted either to 230, 440 or more than that voltages. So how is it possible? So we have to convert the lower amount of power from the solar cell into a higher level. So for that only we are using the power electronic circuit. In the power electronic circuit, so the solar cell will be producing the power in terms of DC. But the industrial or the home appliances or the application side or in the load side, we can either use a DC load or AC load. So the DC power obtained from the solar cell has to be converted into AC or DC. So the power obtained from solar is only DC. It can be converted to either DC or AC. So how is it possible? Means because of the availability of the power electronic circuits. So what are all the power electronic circuits? So from the solar cell, the power DC power can be converted to DC or either to AC. So if we need to convert the DC power to DC, means we need a converter, boost or a buck converter. So boost converter means the DC, whatever the output produced from the solar cell DC can be converted to DC value of a higher level or a lower level. Whatever the requirement of the load, it can be converted. The next thing will be your DC power obtained from the solar cell can be converted to AC based on the industrial or the loads available. So how the conversion is happening? DC to AC means we are having the inverter. So the inverter circuits are used to convert the DC power to the AC power. So DC to DC converter means either you can use a buck converter or a boost converter. So that too based on the level. So whether you need a higher level than the input, you can use a boost converter, or otherwise if you need a lower level than the input means you can choose a buck converter. So or otherwise for some period of time you need a buck converter, or some period of time you need a boost converter, you can use a bidirectional converter, that is a buck boost converter also available. So that too we can select based on the duty cycle. So duty cycle of the switches available in the power electronic circuit, especially in the boost or the buck converter, bidirectional converter. The second thing will be the second energy source. And again one thing, so the solar cell, I already mentioned that the solar cell will be producing the power in a very small quantity. So that small level cannot supply your load. So what we are doing is we have to increase the power. So that is the familiar technique. What is the thing is maximum power point tracking. We have to particularly track that maximum power. So for that one we are using so many kinds of algorithm. So optimization technique, how we can retrieve, because we are investing more and more amount in the constructing a solar plant. So that too we have to run that in economical way. So for that one this MPPT technique is very much useful, where with the same available that solar cell we can retrieve more amount of power with the help of this MPPT technique along with the optimization algorithm. There are many kinds of MPPT technique are available. So how we are selecting the maximum power from the available output of the solar cell, so that you can get either a DC power or a AC power from the solar energy. So the second thing will be the wind energy. The wind, we know that the wind power is available in the night or in the season. We can get very much amount of wind power. So in that place we have to install the wind turbine. So that you can use the wind turbine can produce the wind energy. So what is the thing means, the wind turbine, whatever the energy produced is AC. So based on the industrial or the home appliances load, whatever you needed either to DC or AC, it can be converted with the help of the power electronic circuits. So the AC power available from the wind turbine, it can be converted to DC, means we can use a rectifier, PWM rectifier are available. So whatever the load you require, accordingly we can choose the PWM rectifier. Or otherwise you need to convert the same AC has to be converted to this load also. If you are having AC, only there is a variation in the level as well as the frequency, means you can go ahead with the cyclo converter. So either you can use a PWM rectifier or a cyclo converter. The AC power available from the wind can be converted to AC or DC according to the load available. So here also the thing is either the wind power, heavy wind, the power is heavy or the power may be reduced. So based on the load we have to adjust. We cannot able to directly adjust the wind. So what we are doing is again we can choose the same MPPT technique. Here some other methods are available. So using that MPPT technique, whatever the load requirement, we can adjust the power produced from the wind turbine. And again in the wind turbine, how we are retrieving the power? We are using the generator. So the generator, it may be a PMSM generator or a doubly-fed induction. Either you can use a permanent magnet synchronous generator or a doubly-fed induction generator. So based on your application, load application, we can choose either of the generator, either synchronous or the induction generator, so that your power can be retrieved from the nature or from the environment. So either you can use the solar energy or otherwise the wind energy. So we can reduce the usage of the fossil fuel. So already we know that if you are using the fossil fuel, what will happen? There is a large amount of carbon dioxide emission. To reduce that only we are going for switching over to the renewable energy. So these energies, the solar as well as the wind energies are available abundantly in the nature. So only thing is that we have to retrieve that useful energy from the sun as well as from the wind. Sun means we can go along with the solar cell or the photovoltaic system. Wind means we have to use the generator and we have to wind turbine and we have to retrieve the power. So using the energy, the solar as well as the wind energy along with these semiconductor devices, we can retrieve the useful energy from the sun as well as from the wind, and we can reduce the carbon dioxide emission. In marine application also we can use the solar as well as the wind, because the diesel consumption is very high for ship. If for single travel itself, it consumes more amount of diesel, which affect the marine environment because so many small organisms are present inside the ocean. So to protect that one, so the best method is we have to the ships, the marine propulsion system can be switched over to the renewable energy, that too, that is wind and solar. So in that way we can reduce the carbon dioxide emission to the environment. Thank you.